All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and our elders, a great millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and much salutation to you, elect Akim, across the four winds of this earth, kicking this word in sincerity and in truth. All right, the brother Sha'ar coming at you all with another lesson through the Spirit. All right, Lord willing, it's edifying. It's going to be a quick hit, a prophecy update. All right, and what I was watching a video earlier, this was a video that was done by
and tasked.
It says UN demands Trump, which we understand is not really talking about Trump, but it's talking about America. All right, because we understand that America is laden within heavy debt. All right, and we're seeing right now through prophecy, of course, prophecy speaks on these things that are going to come to pass about these nations that are going to come against the whore, which we understand the whore to be Mystery Babylon, all right, which is America, all right, and these nations are pretty much getting fed up with this whore, all right, and as we read it in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, which I'm going to get, it goes into how it's laden with miry clay, all right, but the title of Dabu 7 says UN demands Trump pays them $1 billion in dues, all right, so when you go into dues, that just pretty much goes into the money that this country owes these different nations. All right. Now, I wholeheartedly believe we know that America's a lot more than just $1 billion in debt. But what really strikes interest is that these different nations here, all right, because you got the United Nations, which you have nations of the NATO and EU, all right, within the United Nations, they're pretty much getting tired of America's BS at the end of the day. All right, America's funding all these different wars, you know, spending more. I should say, you know, we got the international bankers that fund wars. So let me elaborate. You have America that spends all their money, all right, in buying weaponry for these wars. All right. And at the end of the day, man, we just see Babylon's chickens coming home to roost. All right. It was sown in oppression. It was sown in blood. And the only way that it's going to have to go out is go out in blood. All right. The thing about it is America's going to stay in debt. They're not going to pay this money back or anything like that. They're far too down the hole. They're too far down the hole, I should say. All right. So prophecy has to be fulfilled. And these nations are going to come against the whore, which is Mystery Babylon or America, pretty much. That's the only way, as the scriptures say it in the book of Numbers, the 35th chapter. Matter of fact, I'm going to start off on that one through the Spirit. All right, because, I mean, of course, we're going to the law. All right, but hey, as the scriptures say in Psalms 50, what hast thou done to declare thy statutes? And with America, pretty much, is supposed to be built up off of biblical principles, all right, which they went off on completely as soon as it was birthed as a nation. They're going to have to pay the same judgment that the law or the scriptures condemns a nation for setting a land up off blood, if that makes sense. All right. So this is Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. And it says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defiled the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that sheddeth. And when you look at the way that this country was founded or founded, it was sown in wickedness. It was sown in blood. It was sown in deceit. All right. Sown in all those different things. They went over here. They raped, they robbed, they murdered. Of course, we can go all the way back to when they came over to the Caribbean islands at first. All right. But just as they had subjected the people in the Caribbean islands, those Israelites there, they did the same thing when they came over here to the shores of America. All right. They had taken the riches. They had taken the goods of the land. All right. And they had shipped them all back over to Spain and Portugal. All right. And they had oppressed the people that were here. OK, so at the end of the day, what we're bearing witness to right now is America's chickens being home or coming home to roost. All right. And all these nations that were involved within America are getting ready to come against her, as the scriptures say. OK, so I'm going to go into the book of Habakkuk. All right. The book of Habakkuk chapter. Let's see here. Habakkuk chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. All right. Now, namely, this starts with Esau, Edom. All right. And he is the biggest transgressor on the planet Earth. All right. This is the vile man. This is the most wicked people on the earth. This is pretty much the sons of the wicked. All right. These are the sons of Cain. All right. When you go into the three classifications of man on the planet Earth, you have the sons of God, you have the sons of men, and you have the sons of the wicked. All right. Esau, Edom is nothing but a reincarnated form of those ancient, I almost said Canaanites. Hey, there was a chariot in the air called Hello Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. But those ancient, I should say, Canaanites, the children of Cain. But it's just a revived, or I should say, reincarnated version of them on the planet Earth again. All right. So it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. All right. And this is a man that travels all over the place. This is a man that goes into all these different lands that are rich in different natural resources, where they take over the land. They set up a puppet ruler. All right. They set up different coups and different proxy armies to help, well, not to help, but that helps aid them. All right. But to set up battles and coups in those lands. And whenever that ruler is taken out, they set up a puppet ruler there, and they set up a bank. All right. And they've done this all over the place. OK. All right. There we see that they're trying to do it to Iran. But all right, America's already too deep in the rabbit hole. All right. And Iran is clearly backed by Russia. And as we understand, Russia's Gog and Magog, and they're not going to let that happen, which we understand Russia's Esau, Edom as well. But it just goes to show you that this nation of people is fighting against themselves. All right. But you have America, which is Esau's pride and joy, and the verge of being overthrown and taken down, as the scriptures say. OK, but let me keep going. It says, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth up him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? All right. And America is a huge example of a land that's not his. And we see how America has been increased. All right. But this land was never theirs from the get-go. All right. Now, the Lord had sent Esau, Edom to come over here and subjugate the Israelites that were here to fulfill prophecy. But he's increased in this land that wasn't his. He subjugated these different Israelites that were over here. He had caused them to pretty much dig up the resources and labor within the resources that are here. And these people that were here digging up these resources, these jakes that were here, couldn't benefit from the resources that were naturally here from the get-go. All right. But the scriptures say, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his. And woe means war. Woe means destruction. All right. And destruction is coming to Mystery Babylon, if you can receive it or if you can't receive it. At the end of the day, destruction is coming over here to Babylon. All right. Which is America. OK. And it says, let me keep going. It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right. Give me one sec. All right. So it says, him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right. Now, when you go into that word thick clay here, OK, in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, in the 6th verse. All right. Thick clay is Ibatyat. All right. And it says weight of pledges or heavy debts. All right. So this place is laden with heavy debts. As you go back into this this video that Dabu 7 had done, which I believe he could be a Jake. Could be wrong. I'm not saying he is for sure. But this dude, I'm going to say this. He stays diligent within the portion that he's been given. And he always comes out with different news. And a lot of the members of the elect get benefited from the stuff that gets put out here that he puts here. But again, looking at the title of this, it says the UN demands Trump pay them $1 billion in dues. And what is dues? Dues is debt. All right. And this place is laden with debt. OK, that thick clay represents debt. All right. And the thing about it is they're not going to be able to pay this debt back at all, period, man. That's why these nations are getting ready to come together. They're in the process of coming together so they can fight against this whore, man. All right. Which at the end of the day is America. As the scriptures say in Revelation, the 17th chapter, which I'm about to get. Let's see here. It's in Revelation, the 17th chapter. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. All right. And it says, "In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, all right, these shall hate the whore." All right. And and the beast and the 10 horns represent NATO. And you got, again, the beast represents NATO and the 10 horns represent the EU. All right. And it says, "These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." Why is that? Because the whore it pretty much is in debt by her. All right. You have America, which is the biggest consumer nation on the planet Earth and doesn't produce anything. All right. The biggest thing that they had going was the petrodollar. And we see the petrodollar in the process of falling. All right. Now, again, the petrodollar is still the elite level of currency. OK, but that's not going to be here within the near future. All right. These other nations are getting ready to come up against her. And as the scriptures say in Revelation 17 and 16, they're going to burn her with fire. All right. It says, "For the Most High had put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth." All right. Which is America. Because America is the biggest superpower on the planet Earth. But that's why all the smaller nations are coming together, and they're beating their plowshares in the hooks, and they're pruning hooks into spears. Pretty much they're getting themselves ready to fight against this whore. Because this whore, America, has done nothing but perpetuate lies and deceit and witchcraft all throughout the planet Earth. And they've consumed everything and hasn't been able to produce nothing, man. And they've accumulated billions and billions of dollars of debt throughout time. All right. And we understand war takes time, man. So America has been in debt, most definitely. But best believe these different nations have been conspiring together to get ready to fight against this whore. All right. To burn this whore with fire, which we understand are those ICBM nuclear missiles, man. All right. So I just want to do a quick prophecy update. Lord willing, is edifying. But again, as he had titled it, UN demands Trump pay them $1 billion in dues. I'm going to title this lesson, "The UN demands America to pay them $1 billion in dues." All right. So best believe, man, hey, these different countries are going to come against America. All right. When they make a demand that high, all right, in America and these different this nation, this whore isn't willing to fulfill it. All right. That's another notch under America's belt, in a negative light, that is. And that's pretty much more so reason or justification for these nations to come against the whore, as prophecy states. OK, so Lord, within this lesson is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and many blessings and much salutation to you, elect Akim, across the four corners of this earth, kicking this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.